June 18, 1815. A muddy field near a village called Waterloo. A man, once emperor of Europe, stares across fog and cannon smoke. His name is Napoleon Bonaparte. In our timeline, he lost. But what if he didn't? What if the ground had been dry? What if his cavalry arrived on time? What if Napoleon had won the Battle of Waterloo and rewrote the future of the world? Let's fracture the timeline. On the night of June 17th, the sky's clear. No rain. The fields are solid, not soaked. Napoleon doesn't delay his attack. He begins at dawn. The French artillery, his strongest weapon, fires without bogging down. The mud that saved Wellington is gone. British right flank collapses under the weight of French infantry. The famed Highland regiments are overrun. The Prussians arrive too late. By nightfall, Wellington is dead. The Allies are shattered. Napoleon reignites the empire. Paris erupts in celebration. The exile is over. The king flees. Napoleon reclaims his throne, not as a returning exile, but as a conqueror. He abolishes the Bourbon monarchy, declares the Second French Empire. And he's not done. Belgium is annexed. The Netherlands fall without British support. Prussia, leaderless and demoralized, sues for peace. In Vienna, panic spreads. Austria begs for neutrality. Russia retreats, unwilling to face the French war machine again. The coalition collapses like a house of cards. And in just 90 days, Napoleon achieves what even he had never done before. A united, submissive Europe under the tricolor banner of France. But this victory has consequences. Nationalism is crushed beneath imperial boots. The revolutions that gave rise to Germany, Italy, and even modern Greece? They never happen. There is no Otto von Bismarck. No German unification. No Austro-Hungarian Empire. The 19th century is frozen under a single authority, the Napoleonic dynasty. Napoleon restructures the continent. Continental Congress in Lyon redefines borders. French law becomes the standard. Education is centralized. Religion is weakened. The Napoleonic Code spreads from Spain to Poland. Britain, humiliated, turns inward. Its empire shrinks. India grows restless. America? The Monroe Doctrine never emerges. With no threat of a rising Germany, the U.S. stays isolated. The Civil War is delayed. Or prevented altogether. Napoleon's descendants rule as philosopher kings. Some more tyrannical than others. By 1870, Africa is divided not by competing powers, but by a single flag. The French tricolor flies over Algiers, Timbuktu, and the Congo Basin. Asia fares no better. French dominance extends into Indochina early. Japan's rise is slowed by continental pressure. China's decline is accelerated. In this world, Paris replaces London. The metric system is global. French is the language of science, trade, and power, but something strange happens without Napoleon's fall. There's no World War I. No Archduke Franz Ferdinand to assassinate. No tangle of alliances to ignite Europe. There is no German Empire, no Russian Revolution. No Treaty of Versailles. And without those flames, there is no Adolf Hitler. The Holocaust never occurs. But neither does the United Nations, nor the idea of international law as we know it. Nuclear weapons? Maybe never developed, because the US never needed to end a Pacific War. The Cold War? Doesn't exist. The space race? Stillborn. A world under one empire has peace. But no competition. And without competition, progress slows. We trade freedom for stability. Innovation for order. The Enlightenment gives way to enforced unity. It is peace. But at a price. One battle. One rainstorm. One decision delayed by 6 hours. That's all it would have taken to change everything. Waterloo wasn't just a military defeat. It was a hinge in history, a door slammed shut on an empire that almost ruled the world. But in another timeline, Napoleon stood above it all. And the 20th century never happened the way we know it. Studio microphone emoji, if you love exploring the fragile threads that hold history together. Right pointing finger emoji, subscribe for more powerful what-if stories, posted every day, because sometimes, the smallest shift echoes through centuries.